Good morning. Welcome to 365 Days of Richer Living, Richer Living Daily Morning Reading, Meditation, and Prayer Time. I am Reverend Rafe Ellis, Senior Minister and Spiritual Leader at Columbia Center for Spiritual Living in Columbia, Maryland. Today is May 12th. Today I received the inheritance which God has given me. And the scriptural reference for this morning's reading comes from Deuteronomy chapter 12, verse 18. Thou shalt rejoice in all that thou puttest thine hands unto. And so our reading begins. Affirmative prayer means that we clear the mind of all doubt and fear and turn in faith to the great giver of life. It means that we become more aware of the presence of God within and around us, here and now. It means that we affirm this presence and accept it quietly, calmly, and peacefully in all its fullness. I now let go of every anxious thought. I now surrender any doubt or fear into the great heart of love. I look out upon the world and say, this is my world because it's God's world. I think of all people. These are my friends because they live and move and have their being in the Father of us all. I now receive confidence and inspiration from the source of all life. I believe that love is guiding me. I believe there is a divine power that goes before me and makes perfect my ways in joy and happiness. I believe this power is flowing through me to the joy and happiness of those around me. I have a faith, a conviction, and assurance at the center of my being. I have a love which envelops everything I contact and every person I meet. I have a friend within me who knows all my needs. I accept the kingdom which God has given. I accept the life which God has implanted in me. And this life reaches out to everything around me in joy and gladness, with the blessed assurance that all is well. Believing that God is love, I affirm that there is nothing in me that could hurt or harm or hinder those around me from entering into the fullness of their own joy, into the completeness of their own self-expression, into the perfection of their own being. So that is what we will take into our time of meditation and contemplation. So I bring my full attention, my full awareness, my full recognition to the reality, the absolute reality of one real substance, one real authority, one real activity, one reality, out of which everything is created and within which all creation exists. One. No matter what name we use to refer to it, it is beyond a name. It is unnameable. It is unquantifiable, unqualifiable, indefinable. It is that changeless source that changes its expression continuously without changing itself. It is the infinite substance that creates out of itself to express itself and yet never depletes itself by its creation. It is never used up, but rather expanded. It expands itself by giving. One wholeness that is complete and perfect. And so everything being made out of it, living within it, must be inseparable from it, unified with it, infused with it. And in the reality of one that is everywhere present, there is no other place to go, no other place to be, nothing to separate to. And so I lean into the reality of this one, the magnificence of this power, of this presence, of this substance. And as I imagine all that has been created out of it and lives within it, I am reminded that everything must contain it. That everything is as real as it is intended to be at its level of expression, because each level of expression, each individualized expression is expressing an idea that is the very idea of the infinite itself. And I recognize that even using the word itself personalizes what is beyond personification. And I acknowledge that language is just a tool, that the infinite is so much more. I recognize its presence is as close as my breath, as close as the beating of my heart, because my breath is this infinite beingness breathing me. My heartbeat is this infinite one beating within its own body. I recognize my physical being is a residence of the infinite. And I just allow that to permeate my human awareness, this experience in the physical realm. That God, love, peace, power, presence, whatever we call it, resides in me, always available to me. That any seeming inability to access it is quite literally a choice to access something different. Be it habit or awareness, it is choice nonetheless. And so I remind myself of the power to choose. I remind myself that I am always pregnant with possibility, that I am infinite possibility in form. I allow myself to be aware of what wants to be birthed in, through, and as me. And I surrender. I surrender to the whole process. I surrender to the idea that there's a perfect time in this human realm. And I understand that there is no time and space in the infinite. And that perfection is simply the unfolding of life in response, direct response to my belief that that is the perfection. That there is a blueprint in creation, not that dictates, not that controls, but that expresses the infinite itself when recognized and received and allowed. And so I recognize, receive, and allow this day. I allow God to be God in this unfolding life that I call mine. I choose to see it everywhere. I choose to remember beyond all circumstance, beyond all behavior, beyond all time and space. God is always present, always unfolding. Life, God, great mystery, whatever we call it. That it is truly all there is. And I remember this moment to moment, breath to breath. And as I remember it, I remember that all is well. And I step into fully participating in the unfolding of life. However it unfolds, wherever my path leads, I say yes. Yes, yes. And it is with great, great gratitude that I release my word into that activity of love and law that has already acted upon it and made it so. Ashe. Shalom. Aho. Amen. 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 And so it is. Namaste.